Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be making a giant Jaffa cake. You're probably wondering, Paulina, why the hell do you want a giant Jaffa cake? Why not just buy regular sized ones? And honestly, the reason is because I think it'll be super fun. I have always really loved other YouTubers making giant versions of things. Sophia Nygaard always makes the Franken stuff, like the Franken candle or the cake or the lipstick, and it is just so fun to watch and to see the final product, how it works, if it actually tastes how it should as well. I've also loved Hope Scope's videos where she makes giant makeup that actually functions and works. For me, it's just absolutely crazy. The concept that you could blow something up and use it and it's still functional and tastes good. I just felt like I had to try it for myself. The reason I've picked the Jaffa cake idea is because I love Jaffa cakes. Whenever I buy one of those giant boxes, I could very easily eat both the rows just in one sitting. Don't judge me. Also, I felt like as it's my first time doing this and I don't know how much of a disaster it's going to be, I should probably go for something that's relatively cheap. If it tastes awful, it is not just a total waste of my money. If you watched my Valentine's DIY video, you will know I am a bit of a novice when it comes to baking. But one thing that I have actually invested in, and I have this time, let me show you. Not only have I got an electric whisk mixer thing, I have also got actual baking tins. So we're not going to be whipping out my crusty dusty 500-year-old baking tins. I've actually got brand new fresh cake tins. These ones are probably a little bit too deep than what I need for the Jaffa cakes, but I feel like the size and shape of these will be better suited for lots of different types of bakes, not just this giant Jaffa cake. So you never know. Now that I've got my electric whisk and these little guys, I might actually start baking a little bit more. A recipe for the giant Jaffa cake does actually exist. So I found this one, realfood.tesco.com. Well, I say I found it there. I typed it into Google and this was the first option and I felt like it looked pretty damn good. The only thing I'm a little bit skeptical of is that it kind of looks like a raised Jaffa cake, and I'm wondering if there is any way that we could make it like a little flatter, but we will see once we get started if that is possible. So this giant Jaffa cake serves 12 people. Apparently it takes 30 minutes to prepare, 15 minutes to cook, and then cooling and chilling time. And the ingredients are very simple. So we need a 135 gram pack of orange jelly. Check. We need 2 tablespoons of shredless orange or golden marmalade. I actually didn't know what this was, so I went to the jam section and there is actually something called Golden Shredless by Robertson's, and it's got a cute little like Paddington bear on the side, so I had to get this one. For the sponge you need some butter, so I've got some in the fridge. You need 2 eggs. Check. Caster sugar, flour, and some dark chocolate. This caster sugar, however, I have had for quite some time. I think this is maybe a year and a half old, maybe even older, but I'm just gonna use it because it's just been sitting there gathering dust and it's still moving and shaking in there, so I'm just gonna presume that is good to go. Paulina Food Standard approved. And for the dark chocolate, I did just get the cheapest Tesco dark chocolate that they had in store, which is actually what they recommended in the shopping list. So hopefully this tastes good and all of these combined give the taste and feel of a Jaffa cake. Whenever I set myself up like this, I feel like I have my own cooking show, which is actually really fun. So the very first step is to grease and line the 23cm sandwich dish, which we've got as a cake tin, but I'm sure that's fine. So I'm going to use this guy, and I don't have a block of butter, so I'm just going to use the Le Pack spreadable, dip some tissue into it, and do my thing. Grease and line. Am I supposed to put butter on and then a baking sheet? That seems backwards. Okay, well, I'm gonna go for it. I think that that's what it's asking me to do, and if it's completely wrong, just don't tell me. Okay, so I'm gonna just get a bit of butter on there. We'll do just a thin layer in case I'm just doing the completely wrong thing. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I think that's like a decent enough layer. I don't know, for me that's greasy, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Put a baking paper inside. I have these for the air fryer, and I think that that might actually be a pretty good fit. Oh my god, did you guys see that? That was the most perfect fitting thing ever. Look at that, it was made for this moment. So then the next one is 15cm sandwich tin with cling film. I'm just going to like push it in and go for it. I'm pretty sure it's not going to fill up this whole cling film piece anyway. got our tins lined. The next step is to do the jellies. So we need to break it up into cubes. I presume, oh, I don't think I need to cut it actually. I'm actually not a huge fan of jelly. I feel like you put it into your mouth and it just disappears. It seems like the most pointless food. Ah, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's satisfying though. We got ourselves a bowl and we need to break this guy into here. I've also never made jelly before. My grandma used to make it for me all the time. So traditionally in Poland, there is this like jelly filled with fruit that's kind of a tea. What am I trying to go for here? Right, break the jelly into cubes and then we are pouring over 450 milliliters of boiling water. So I've just boiled this. I'm hoping that you can just stir until the jelly has dissolved and make sure it's completely smooth. Right, so that's the jelly just in there and that seems to be melting away quite nicely. This kind of reminds you of bubble tea with the little tapioca's at the bottom. I imagine it tastes nothing like it right now though. The tip is if the jelly keeps on melting, microwave in 30-second bursts, stirring in between. Okay, so I've been stirring for a while and we've still got these little like tapioca balls at the bottom. So I think I'm going to use the microwave tip and then see if we can get these guys to melt. Okay, here we are. Let's make sure to take the spoon out. We don't want to start a fire. Okay, 30-second bursts. So that's our jelly all melted. I'll give it one last stir because there's a little like foggy lump in the middle. And then the next step is to pour it into our cling film sandwich cake tin thing. The only thing I'm a little bit nervous about is that the cling film keeps falling down the shorter side, so I'm just gonna hope for the best when I pour this in that it doesn't overflow. But honestly, I think I'm just gonna have to go for it. Let me just add a bit of weight on the sides. Okay, we're just gonna do it slow and steady and see what happens. Okay, so we've got a tin. Let's start pouring our jelly. Ooh. Oh my god. Yep. Oh, okay. Why am I still pouring? This is not going so well. So this whole side has fallen in. Okay, we've only lost a little bit. Okay, I've done my best. This is our jelly. We have lost some. But it could have been worse. So we're going to pop this on a side to cool. Okay, that wasn't great, but definitely could have gone a lot worse. So I'm just going to give myself a high five on that one. So the next step is going into the actual cake mix. So I need to preheat the oven where it's at 180 degrees. Let's go. So that's the oven preheating. We are whisking eggs, sugar. Oh, okay, I get to use my electric hand whisk for the very first time. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but we're just going to go straight in. I have used one in the past. I'm not like a complete novice, but it's been a while. My skills are not currently very sharp. Try it off with my brand new tea towels. How cute are these? Spotted these in a checkout line while I was queuing to pay and I thought they were so adorable. I love green. You might not be able to tell because I don't wear very much of it, but green is just such a beautiful color. Every shade is just stunning. And this with the flowers on, I thought it was gorgeous. Anyway, I digress. So we've got our bowl dry and then we need to add, what was it? Eggs and sugar. Number 1 and then number 2. That's pretty good. I haven't got any shells in there. Look at me, I'm a professional. Now we just need to weigh out the caster sugar. So let's pop this guy on. This is the 1,000-year-old caster sugar. Still got the label on there, I just forgot to put an expiry date, but I think that's pretty good to go. So it's 75 grams of caster sugar. Should I just pour it in? Yeah, let's go for it. Oh, that's a big rock. Is that gonna break? Yep, it most certainly is. Oh. Okay, so that's exactly 75 grams. I probably threw about 10 grams all over me. And then we are just going in with the whisk, apparently. What's the consistency I'm going for? Until pale and fluffy. Oh, it sounds like they're describing me. Okay, let's go. Get my hair out the way. I've seen too many terrifying videos on the internet. We are just going to start with the number 1 setting. Okay, I went straight to number 3 there. Oh, that's pretty easy. Okay, I'd probably say that is pale and fluffy. I mean, it is on top. When you go inside into the middle, where the egg was quite orangey yellow, all of that is still orangey yellow, but I'm guessing we're good to go. So I think we're all done with the whisk. I'm gonna just put this guy over here. And the next thing we're doing is we are folding flour, taking care to not knock out the air. I feel like baking terminology is just made up voodoo talk to confuse you. Okay, let's turn this guy on and we're going for, what did I say? 75? Oh, I've forgotten already. Yeah, 75 grams of self-raising flour. Do I have to put a little bit at a time? I'm sure it'll be fine. Ah! Ooh, okay, that is way too much flour. I'm just gonna like... I feel like this video is what not to do. Oh my god, I poured in so much flour. Maybe I should get a spoon. Let me get a spoon. I feel like that'd be safer. Oh no. Oh, that's got some juice in it as well. Okay, 86. Nearly there, guys. Trim off the top. Let's not tell anyone I just did that, okay? It could be our little secret. Now that that's over, let's pretend it didn't happen and start folding the flour into our mixture. I don't have one of those foldies, so I'm gonna just use a wooden spoon. I do feel like when baking, it is an ever-growing list of things that you need to make your bake easier. It's exhausting. I don't know how you guys do it. Okay, I think this is folding. It's just like folding clothes. Whee! So, I mean, folding to me suggests this. I don't know how you're supposed to not be air into it, because with every fold there's air. But I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, I feel like it's starting to look like a cake batter. Everything's more or less mixed together. Yeah, it looks nice and airy. Let's pop this into the tin. Grab our tin. Then, are we just pouring it straight in? Blah, 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 blah. Pour it straight in. I feel like it's going to be a very, very thin base, but okay. Let's get all of that in there. Oh god, I'm getting a cramp in my hand. Okay, let's just pull that around to fill the edges. I don't know, I just feel like I need to just go and mush down these bits of flour. Alright, that's it. Get me on Bake Off. I'm clearly a professional. Just too good a baker. Okay, so this is what we've got. I have a strong feeling that these little lumps of flour are just gonna like bake through and that's all you're going to taste, but I suppose, ta-da, it's ready to go in the oven. So I was just tidying up, waiting for the cake to bake, and then I realized there's a certain ingredient we haven't used yet, and it's because I missed a step. What you were supposed to do is add the shredless thingy when you were heating up the jelly. I think I must have been too busy yapping about my Polish cake that I completely forgot about that. So we're gonna have to probably pour this back into the bowl, put this in, heat it up all over again, and then start the cooling process. Please. I think I have a new cling film technique for next time round to go this way and this way. Look at me learning from my experiences. Okay, that wasn't disastrous, it wasn't terrifying, we did it. Let's get the cling film out so we can get this little drip drip. We did it. So we've got a jelly mixture and we need 2 tablespoons of this. I kind of want to try it first before we put it in. Every time I smell it, it smells different. So it kind of smells like orange peel mixed with barbecue sauce or brown sauce. It's so weird. Honestly, every time I go in to smell this, it's such a different new smell. Let's give it a tiny trial. This is what the texture's like. It is just like a marmalade-y jam. Okay, let's try it. That's nice. Ooh. It tastes like a very bitter, sharp orange. That's really tasty. Anyway, I got bacon to do, so I need 2 tablespoons of this. About 1. Get in there! And then we need 1 more. This is obviously not going to melt, so we're going to pop it into the microwave, give it a stir, and then try and put it back into this tin, hopefully better the second time round. Oh, so I've just got a jelly in the microwave, and the cake is ready, so let's take this out before I burn or ruin something else. Also, look at my cute little mittens. I love these. Anyway. Something on this has melted. I don't know what that is. There was a little something here that has somehow melted and I have no idea what that is. I took all the packaging off of this thing. Maybe I missed something. But anyway, this is what the cake looks like. Very light, very fluffy. I think it's done. Do I need to stab it? I mean, it's the thinnest cake in the world, but we're gonna go for it anyway. Nice and clear. So I'm going to pop that onto this little rack and let it cool. Our jelly is now melted with the marmalade in it. So let's now set up our little tin properly and carefully this time. I'm going to, like I said, go both directions so we don't have any spillage. I am not doing that for the third time, so this better go well. Okay, so we've got the one this way around, and I'm going to put one the other way around as well. Hopefully that works a bit better. Okay, and this time I'm going to pour it straight in and hopefully have not even remote spillage. Ah, that is hot. Okay. So that was a pretty decent go at the first few steps. I feel like definitely some learning points here, and I think it's become clear to me I need to have a better attention span and actually read the recipe, but it's fine. This time we managed to fix it. So I need to let everything set. So the jelly needs about 4 hours and then the cake just needs about an hour or so. So I will see you guys again in about 4 to 5 hours to finish the cake off.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, there was a little disaster, I'm afraid. So this little creation I made, I can see now why they wanted a sandwich tin, because somehow this started seeping through underneath, probably because of my very clever double layering process. So it started dribbling on this. Of course, I started to panic, so my first thought would be find something this size. And the closest thing I had were these plates, but it's okay. So I've managed to fill up 2 plates. This is obviously the first one, wasn't quite deep enough, so we've got this one. Honestly, what this has taught me is, once again, to follow the instructions completely. Let's hope this works out okay. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I hate this bake already. When I was transferring those little plates to the fridge, I spilt some on the floor. It got on my socks. I was sticky, the floor was sticky, the plates were sticky. The fridge is now sticky. I am never working with jelly again, or I just need to actually buy sandwich tins and follow the recipe. But this is what they're looking like, so I've got them in the fridge. It's quite brave of me, opening the fridge up again. So here they are. Please don't judge all the brewdog. The sun's out, alright? But this is the 2 of them. And I'm just not gonna touch them. This is how they're staying. I hope you guys have a good nap, because I'm done. So it's now been quite a few hours. This is our cake. It's nice and cool, and I think it came out pretty good actually. It doesn't look burnt, and it looks to be the right shape as well. So we'll leave that guy just here. The jelly, however, it has set, but obviously it's not the size that we were after, and it is in 2 separate plates. So I'm just gonna have to bear with it and see what happens. So I think the first step now is to put the jelly on top of the sponge. So I don't think there's any right or wrong or right way to do this. So I'm gonna just flip this guy and hope for the best. Okay. Oh, that was actually pretty easy. There we go. I just need to move it a bit more central because it's too far to one side. I don't know how I can do that. Maybe like this. Oh god, this was a bad idea. All right, let's just put this guy down. Okay, so I ruined our perfect jelly by trying to be a perfectionist, and I'm making it way worse. Let's just put it back to how it was. We still need to put the second plate of jelly on top. Okay, I'm gonna just try and take it out of the cling film and then pop it on. This jelly is very excited to get on the cake. Okay, if we put these bits here, it's gonna be nice and rounded. Pretty proud of that actually. I thought it was going to come out way, way worse. And now time for the chocolate part. So we need to melt 275 grams of dark chocolate. So I have got these 3 and they are 100 grams each. So it's definitely 2 full ones and then some of the third one. Jesus. Okay, and then we'll see how much of the last one we need in a bowl. Oh, no, it's 273 grams. So I think that will be enough chocolate. Go in a microwave and keep getting stirred, and then that'll be ready to go on top of our Jaffa cake. We have the melted chocolate, and we're going to spoon it on top of the jelly. Okay, so we're going to pop it mainly on the top, but it should drip a little on the side. So good already. I feel like melted chocolate is the best thing ever. I've seen this guy on Instagram that makes the most incredible things out of melted chocolate. He puts them into these giant molds and it comes out looking so cool. I don't think I will ever possess such a skill, but I guess Jaffa cake is halfway there. My main goal here is just to cover the jelly so you can't see that, and it does actually look like a Jaffa cake. Just try and do the edges. Okay, I actually think this is starting to look pretty good. There we go, I think we're all set. Okay, now I just need to grab a little knife and make the traditional shape. Yeah, I think that looks actually really good. It looks way better than the website photo for sure. So that is the making of our Jaffa cake all finished. I'm gonna now put it in the fridge, probably overnight, and we'll do a taste test tomorrow to see if it's actually any good. Okay, so our giant Jaffa cake is now ready. It's been in a fridge overnight, and for some reason it is seeping juices out of the top, but we're just gonna ignore that and give it a taste test. So I've got my own support food Jaffa cake connoisseur to try it with me. So I'm gonna cut a few slices and we'll give them a go. Oh, it's kind of hard. Oh my god. No! Oh, it's fine. Oh. This is not kind of smooth. It's fine. We'll have one fucked up one. And one good looking one.
You can have the nice one and I'll have the fucked up one.
Why, thank you. Okay, here we go. Okay, so think in your head, embody the real Jaffa cake, and that is your expectation for this.
Tastes like a Jaffa cake.
It's like
Jelly.
a slightly, yeah, more watery jelly Jaffa cake. I feel like the jelly inside the real Jaffa cake is more like gelatine-y. It's like thick.
Yeah. I think if it was, you did 2 layers, right? I think it would have the exact same effect as a normal Jaffa cake if it was just thinner, like thinner jelly. But it tastes like it.
I don't really like orange jelly though, so for me I'm not vibing with the middle bit. I think, because this is just 1 packet of orange jelly, I think if you had half the packet of orange jelly but everything else the same, I think it would be good.
I like orange jelly, so I'm not upset.
What would you rate a giant Jaffa cake out of 10?
11 out of 10.
Really? That's a bit generous. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I think if the jelly was thinner, it would be like a 9. I actually baked the cake at the bottom really well, considering when I put this in the oven it had lumps of flour running all through it. I really baked pretty good.
I wonder how many Jaffa cakes fit into a Jaffa cake. It's like how many Jaffa cakes would you have to buy for it to be the same weight and amount? Because the Jaffa cake is like at least half as deep as that. Just got loads of jelly just.
If you want it, okay, I'm gonna eat that.